Hi, I'm Alex. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. If not, welcome back. I am a 24-year-old data analyst in the greater New York City area who loves Disney and reading. If any of that resonates with you, I'd love if you stuck around. Also, if you listen to me say that in every single one of my videos, you're the best. Thank you. It feels super weird right now. My boyfriend was berating me yesterday about how unsafe some of my filming locations are, and I'm actually using an extendable tripod, and it's like weird to just have it where I want and whatever angle I want it at, but it's kind of nice. So today we are going to be doing my October reset. Today is September 28th. I just got done working for the day, and I figured it's time to start this. So I wrote down the things that I want to do, and I think we're going to do this reset a little bit differently than normal, just because I just got a raise at work, which is very exciting, but I'm not sure what my actual paycheck's going to be yet, because this one had all of the back pay back to the beginning of the fiscal year, so I'm just not sure what my normal week to week is going to look like. So I didn't want to do a very strict budget. I'm more just reminding myself when payments need to be made. So my plan for this video is to go through my goals for the month. I have a lot of goals. We're going to be setting them up a little bit different. I'll talk about that. 2, I want to talk about my September reads. I do still have 2 days, so I'm a little nervous to film this and have it done, because honestly I could still read 3 more books. I don't know. And then I want to make a schedule for YouTube. I have so many videos that are filmed that just need to be edited and uploaded right now, but also so many video ideas, so I kind of just want to get all of those out and ready. And then I want to do my bullet journal setup in this video. I haven't set up my bullet journal in so long, and I feel like you'll see. That's how I'm going to do my goals this month. And then I'm going to go through my October TBR. So that is what you have to look forward to in this video. I'm going to try to put little chapters in, but I've never done it before, so if it doesn't work, I'm sorry, but I am going to try. So starting with, I guess we'll start with my September reads. Actually, that's a lie. I'm going to save all of the book stuff to the end, just in case that's not your cup of tea. You don't have to watch it. So we're going to start with the bullet journal setup, because my goals for the month are going to be a part of that. So let me just grab my journal, all of my materials, and then put you in a different position so you can see what I'm doing. I just opened my bullet journal to the TBR that I made myself for 2022. So I also want to go through this at some point, but not right this second. Going through everything. It looks like the last time I set anything up was April. So this is not the month of May, obviously. It is October. So let's start getting this set up. I sketched out my little spooky setup. I'll turn it this way so you can see, with just a pumpkin and some little ghosts. So I'm just going to color the pumpkin in, and honestly just leave it exactly how it is. I'm just going to use colored pencils to do it. Super simple, super basic, nothing fancy. It's just what I felt like doing this month. Okay, so for my goals, I have already written them on the side on this flashcard. And I have 4 for each category, there being 3 different categories. The first of which is finance. My first goal in here is to pay off $2,500 in credit card debt, which I need to do. And then the second goal I have in this category is to pay $300 of my student loans. I've been trying to just pay off a little bit while it's in the freeze, because if I can get even like $1,500 of it paid off interest free, I think that is ultimately better. So I've been working on that. I'm about $1,000 down so far. And then number 3, I want to make $200 with Uber Eats. I don't want to set this as too high because I have a lot going on this month, but I do want to encourage myself to go make some extra money on the side. And then number 4 is going to be to spend less than $75 on Starbucks, which that sounds like a large budget for the month, but I honestly am so bad at not spending my money on Starbucks that it's terrible. So the second category of goals is personal. I'll just set that up. Okay. And my first personal goal is to read 16 books. If you don't watch my book videos, I'm trying to read 100 by the end of the year, and needed to read 16 a month for September to December to get there. My second one is to upload twice a week on YouTube. Sometimes I'm good at this, sometimes I'm not. So this month I would like to make sure I am consistent. And then number 3 is to do better with skincare. I am terrible at this and my skin is really suffering for it, so I need to be better. And then the 4th goal in this category is to wake up before 7:30 a.m. daily, which again is not that early, and I'm just bad at it. So we're trying to be a better person this month, especially because I'm a morning person, so like waking up at 7:30 should not be that hard for me, but whatever. And then the last category is health goals. So my 4 goals here are to close my Apple Watch loops daily, which I've never set this goal in my life before, so we will see how it goes. The second one is to cook 60% of the time at home. This is a pretty low number for what I would actually like it to be, but I think it's realistic and a good goal to like start. And then my third one is to do 4 weeks of 5K training. It's a 9-week program, so I'm not going to finish it on time for my actual 5K, but at least I'll have some of it done. And then the last thing I want to do is just make sure I'm drinking enough water. So the way in which this month is going to be different is I'm going to set up a habit tracker to see how I actually do with these goals. So there's not enough space to do it on this page, which means we're going to have to move to this one, which is totally fine. So let me do a little title and then we'll get on with the show. Okay, so the tracker itself is set up. Now we just have to put in my actual habits. So I think that I want to try to do these in order of how the day is going to go. So I want to wake up before 7:30. So that is going to go first. And then when I wake up, the first thing I want to do is my skincare routine and then floss, like brush and floss my teeth. I'm good at brushing them, but I always make excuses as to why I can floss later, and I would like to just do it like first thing in the morning. So then the next thing I'm going to put on here is workout, because that is typically a morning thing for me as well. And then from there we'll go to 64 ounces of water. And then to eat 3 meals, or to cook 3 meals at home. So let's see. That's that. And then these things are more for the end of the day, how the day ends. So we'll start with no spend, and then watch loops closed. And then clear sink. I want to make sure our kitchen sink is clear every night before bed. And then the last one is going to be the completed to-do list. So these are my 10 habits that I'm going to be tracking this month. As you can see, I just laid them out for 1 through 31, and then as the days come, I will do either a design or an X in this box with a colored pencil. So for my YouTube upload calendar this month, or for my schedule, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. So let me start a screen recording. Okay, so I got just this regular template from Excel. It's built into their program. So I went through and highlighted the dates that I want to upload. As you can see, for the most part, apparently I highlighted the wrong thing here. I upload on Wednesdays and Sundays. That's always my goal. But I do like to upload my resets on the 1st. So this video will be going up on Saturday, and then after that will be on a Wednesday-Sunday schedule for the entire month. So we're going to put the October reset in here. And then after that, I think this is going to be a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party vlog. And then the 9th will probably be a data analyst week in my life. And then the 12th will be my Magnolia Parks reading vlog. And then I don't know after that. I actually kept up with my September YouTube schedule. I can't believe that. I mean, I guess I'm proud of myself, but I'm honestly shocked. So I think this on the 19th will be another data analyst vlog of some sort. So we need a video for the 16th, the 23rd, the 26th, and the 30th. I think that this, maybe I'll do in October. No. I honestly don't know. Okay, so I need 4 video ideas, but I'm not going to take the time to do it while we're going through this now. So this is the schedule so far. You'll have to stay tuned to see what else gets uploaded. I know we are going to Disney again, but I don't know if I'm going to vlog there or not, because I feel like I like vlogging there for myself, but I feel like people don't really like watching the videos. So I don't know. Maybe we'll vlog there. Maybe we won't. But on to the book content, my favorite part of this video. Because I'm using my tripod, I can actually use my bookshelves as backgrounds, which is exciting. I never get to do that. So some of these books just I'm going to start by saying I've read 19 books so far this month. Today is the 28th, so I will probably read a couple more, but I'm just going to update you as of where I am right this second. So some of these books I don't have the physical copies of. One of them I annotated for one of my friends. Some of them I got on Kindle Unlimited, etc. So we're going to go in order of how I read them. So starting with Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I'm not going to give descriptions of any of these, so I'll probably do like a in-depth 2022 reading wrap-up. So this was my first book that I read this month, and I rated this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I annotated the whole thing and then got chocolate on it and ruined my cover, or ruined my copy, which sucks, but that's fine. And then moving on from there, my second book that I read this month was Daisy Hates. I did not like this book nearly as much. I don't think that the mafia romance is my subgenre. Also by Jessa Hastings. This is book 2, in case you didn't know. Really didn't find it that necessary to the storyline and didn't love it. So I rated this 3 stars. Yeah, just not as much of a fan as I was of Magnolia Parks. The next book that I read was My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. This is one that I enjoyed. I thought it was entertaining, but it was just like fine. It was pretty meh. I thought it was easy to read, which was nice, but it was fine. I gave it 3.5 stars. The next book that I read was it was the like deal of the day on iBooks. It was called Bride and Tested by Brenda St. John Brown. Also rated that 3.5 stars, just like a quick little iBook. It was pretty decent. Continuing on the same trajectory, the next book that I read was The Layover by Lacey Walden. I also gave this 3.5 stars. I thought, again, it was cute, it was entertaining, it was nothing life-changing. It really didn't stick with me all that much, so that's why I got 3.5 stars. The next book that I read is Love in the Time of Serial Killers, which I absolutely loved. It's by Alicia Thompson. It's 4 stars. I annotated this book for my best friend. It was honestly such a fast read, and there were so many like modern day contemporary references that I think it would be good for any like millennial Gen Z type person. So I loved that. The next book I read was The Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I've had this sitting on my shelf forever, and I saw so many people reading it in reading blogs, like one after the other, after the other, after the other, so I finally picked it up. I thought that this was good. I gave it 4.5 stars. I do need to go get Good Girl, Bad Blood still, but I just haven't gotten there yet. And then the next book that I read was Love on the Brain by Allie Hazelwood. I went and picked this up on release day, of course, but I just didn't get to it until like mid-September. So I gave this 4.5 stars as well. There was just like a plot twist at the end that I thought took me out of this book and just made me unable to rate it 5 stars, but I did really like it. The next book that I read was The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I feel like everybody and their mother has read the Off-Campus series except for me, so I'm just getting around to this. But I rated this one 4 stars. Garrett Graham is one of my favorite book boyfriends of all time now, so I really liked The Deal. And then after that, I read 14 Ways to Die by Vincent Ralph. This was one of those like pick up for $5 at the Barnes & Noble cafe books. I thought this was fine. I rated it 3.5 stars. Definitely not as good as A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but sort of similar if you do like that. The next book I read was Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover, and I actually listened to the audiobook for most of this, but I did physically read some of it as well. I rated this 4 stars. I thought this was one of the like least emotional Colleen Hoover books for me at the time. I've read 2 more since I've read this one, so I no longer have that exact opinion, but it definitely didn't like rip my heart out the way some others did. The next one I read was Layla by Colleen Hoover, and I'm probably gonna get hate for this, but I didn't like this book. I only gave it 3 stars. I thought it was weird. I didn't like the concept. I was just like, it gave me the ick. I don't know if anybody else got that, but it wasn't for me. No, I didn't like it. And I keep hearing people compare it to Verity, which is like my favorite Coho book of all time. So I was expecting great things, and then I just didn't love it, which is sad. But the next book I read was The Mistake by Elle Kennedy. This is the second book in the Off-Campus series. I gave this one 3.5 stars. I just simply didn't care as much about Logan and Grace as I did about Hannah and Garrett. And if you watched my 24-hour reading vlog, you've heard my opinions on that. The next book I read was actually Milk and Honey by Ruby Carr. This is another book I've had sitting on my shelf forever. I was just sort of in the mood for poetry, so I annotated this, underlined, and highlighted a bunch of things inside. It was so nice. I might get The Sun and All Her Flowers, but I haven't decided yet. Then the next book I read was Regretting You by Colleen Hoover, which I don't have a physical copy of. I did this on Kindle Unlimited as well. I gave Regretting You 4 stars. I liked it a lot. It took over that least gut-wrenching of the books, and I found it way more realistic than Layla. But yeah, I liked Regretting You. I thought it was cute, and it was definitely fast and easy to read. The next book I read was The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I thought this book was interesting as well. I was listening to somebody read it on a podcast as an audiobook, and the actual audiobook itself was pretty terrible, but I thought the book was good. I gave it 4 stars. I think I might have liked it better if I had actually physically read it myself, but yeah, I think 4 stars is pretty decent rating. And then the next book I read, I swear it changed me. I can't shut up about it. I don't know. Was The Selection by Kira Cass. I cannot believe that in 2012 that 15-year-old Alex did not jump all over this, because this is exactly what I loved reading then. This was my dystopian novels in general were my favorite genre ever, and I just absolutely loved this. I gave it 4.5 stars, just because I think that they could have just made it longer, but I think I rated it 4.5 stars at the time because I was annoyed that they left you on a cliffhanger, honestly. The next book that I read was Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This I started literally, I think, in January and just picked it back up. This was not my favorite Taylor Jenkins Reid book. I love The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, as well as Daisy Jones and the Six. They're both either 4.5 or 5-star books for me, but Malibu Rising was just not my jam. I gave it 3.5 stars. I thought it was fine, but I don't know, just not my cup of tea. And then the book that I finished today is The Elite by Kira Cass, which is book 2 in the Selection series. I rated this book 5 stars. I loved it. I knew the second that I finished the Selection that book 2 was going to be 5 stars. I'm assuming book 3 is going to be 5 stars. As soon as I finish filming this video, I'm going to Barnes & Noble to buy the one, which is book number 3 in the Selection series. So that's exciting. But those are all of the books that I read in September, and now let me pull some books from my October TBR. Okay, I grabbed some books. As I said, my goal for the month is to read 16 books, so it's going to be more than what I pulled, but I don't like confining myself to a TBR, but these are the books that are on my shelf, the physical books on my shelf that I'm most excited about this month. I also plan on, of course, going to get It Starts With Us the day it comes out, I think in 2 weeks, and then, as I said, I'm gonna go buy the one, but that will probably end up in my, September reads pile. So, the 6 books that I have sitting in front of me are, in no particular order, Dial A for Aunties. I keep hearing people say this is hilarious. I've had it forever. Maybe it's time for a comedy. Book number 2 is ACOTAR. I know literally everybody has read this. Everybody loves it. Everybody's obsessed with it. I love Beauty and the Beast. It's one of my favorite Disney movies, so that's definitely towards the top of my TBR for the month. Also, towards the top is the last Magnolia Parks book. I am, as you saw, working on a Magnolia Parks vlog, and I did the first 2 books and I need to read the 3rd. But this is a whopping 524 pages, so it's going to take me a little bit to get through, although I honestly was expecting it to be more. My camera battery is flashing, so we have to do this fast. Next is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I've been talking about this for a bit. Everybody loves it. I want to read it. Next is The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose. This is also a 5-star book for a lot of people, so I want to read that. And then The Score by Elle Kennedy. It's book 3 in the Off-Campus series. I'll get to it eventually, but thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to hear what you're reading down below. If you've read anything on my TBR, let me know how you thought it was, and I will see you in the next video.